Alright, Mo, this late, but no more. Should be chill. No more than Capricorn, Dhanishta. Salutations to Lord Ganesha. I earnestly ask that you preside over this and guide the understanding and remove obstacles in the way of getting this done in decent time. I am with enough sense. So. New moon. So new moon chart, we put the moon in the ascendant, right? That give us an idea about the next 2.5, 15 days to come. You dig what I'm saying, right? New moon is a time of integration, attention, alignment. A seed is being planted in the consciousness, right? They come together. Amavasya is when it's a moment of coming together, a coming together of the will and the intentions, the will and the instinct, the purpose and the experience, right? So new moon in Capricorn tells us off top, what is Capricorn? Capricorn is movable, so it's active and initiating, and then it's earth, so it's practical, it's grounded, it's very rational and logical in a very rational sense, right? And practical, pragmatism, right? So this new moon plants the seed to initiate new strategies, create new structures, establish new boundaries. Right? Mars and Mercury is part of this new moon. Mercury lends intelligence, pattern recognition, communication, right? An exchange of ideas or the ability to understand ideas. And then Mars grants energy on a physical sense. But then Mars grants drive and efforts. Supercharge the effort, supercharge the intentions. Nothing gonna hold you back. Whatever you intend, it can't nothing hold you back. Whoa. Right? So boom. Like, truth be told, from there, you just put Capricorn in whatever house you're ascending or whatever house from your own natal moon, and then you would just say, I'm gonna initiate. So look, for Sagittarius moons, new moon in their second house, second from their natal moon. So therefore, they are initiating and creating new structure and strategies with their money. They're creating and establishing new boundaries with their family. They're initiating new structure, patience, and efforts as it pertains to finances, family, and their ethics. For, let's say, do a water sign, for Pisces, it's in their 11th house, friends, gains, networking. So they're initiating and creating a strategy for friends and profits and gains. Maybe they're looking for another job or something like that, a new friend group, right? Yeah, I was just talking about Capricorn, sense of duty. So this month is a more serious month. It allows you to detach from a little bit of the obstacles and stuff like that. Whatever hard work coming your way and that you got put in, it's not even an issue. It's the other stuff. Moon is with Mercury. Sometimes it can really disturb the mind. Moon is Manus, and therefore activities. So therefore the activities get disturbed from too much talking, too much gossiping. Mercury is 6th lord in this chart, so therefore the Shadre pool is envy and jealousy. People just gonna kind of hate you for whatever reason, and you gotta deal with that this month, right? So this is a list of what one should consider during this new moon. Plan. The energy of Capricorn is suited for planning and strategy. It allows you to detach from your emotions, detach from the ties that pull you here and there, the needs and necessities of life and stuff like that, right? Put that aside. Phobias, put that aside. Frustrations, you put that aside, and then you just get focused upon your goals. Mars is in exaltation, and the energy that he lands, Saturn is dispositive for everybody, and he in his own sign move Tricone degrees. So it's real focus, determined kind of month, but it's like not doing too much. Those that's doing too much, they probably got like Saturn return, shoddy. I can't even say that. They probably just going through Saturn return and don't know it, so they acting like a vampire. Please, Mars in the ascendant this month give each and every one of us the ability to like realize just take a nigga out. I ain't gonna hold you. Just take a nigga out. Don't be talking too much. You might get taken out. Just chill. So number 2, be ambitious. Saturn is home in this sign. It allows for a lot of relentless energy, like just endless reserves of energy. But then Mars is also here, so it just really supercharged that inexhaustible energy. You know, hard to wear down at all, right? Be kind. Capricorn is cold. It's a grieving kind of sign. And it represents the graveyard, those departed from the bodies, where Aquarius might be like the actual spirits move around in purgatory, or, you know, those upper, higher astral mental realms and stuff like that. You dig what I'm saying? So it could be kind of like a difficult time for just everybody. It's like those that got them ambitions, they going through it because it's Saturn and it's Capricorn, so you gotta be slow and methodical about stuff. It ain't gonna be till overnight nothing. Everything is built on the planning. The more you plan, the more you get done. So, but you know, it's gonna be some delays and frustrations, of course, in Saturn sign. So spread some goodwill, some good karma multiplies more than bad karma. Like you bad karma, you're gonna get that back. Probably no more, no less, maybe. Depends. See control, it can be authoritative and vicious environment. It is. Capricorn is like it's that space where all the gators and crocodiles get together and you gotta cross that jump. Like, oh, what's your goal? The grass green on the other side, the grass taller, more bountiful. Obvious. It's like you can see that, as opposed to like a Sagittarian grass is green, a Capricorn grass is green. It's like, no, the grass is green. I looked over there. It's about this far away. I think we could get to that jump, but boom, it's a crop pit. We gotta cross that jump. And gators don't even care. Like if one cup, they might all be chilling, but then slightest disturbance and gators might end up eating each other, eating a leg or something of one of them. So see control, loosen up, let go. You might end up eating yourself, eating your own tail, you know, getting mad at somebody or getting cold on those that might actually, you know, be on your side maybe and stuff, but just don't be too inflexible and stubborn trying to do things your way. Because Capricorn, strange enough, it might be about traditions and establishing certain patterns and structures, but it's a movable sign, so it's like it'll move you out the way if you're not in alignment. Establish traditional routine, so we should think, some hard work, moving towards things. So the star is Dhanishta, strong sense of duty and practicality. I think the themes is up there, so it's like gift of insight, listening, perception of truth. They put knowledge and theories into practice. Love of music, talent, singing, dancing, delays in marriage, marital karma, and that come from the Devatas. So that come from the Vasus and the Sky Vasu predominantly, and then Bhishma and the Mahabharata. He was like the most handsome prince, but he never married or had any type of relations just because he needed to uphold a certain dharma and keep those energies. Now, the energy of Mars is that really desires to be in relationships, but is denied. Mars is celibate, just as a planet, and by his nature, he is celibate because he's the general of the army. We need this nigga kind of like not pent up, but we need him on edge because if he's slipping, like anything could get through. So, but like, we need his shoulders up here. You do what I'm saying? We need his back hairy. So that way, if the hair on his neck stand up, okay, cool, he on that shit. And he's already sending motherfuckers there. But if he chilling and he want wax because he got to look good for the hoes, this don't necessarily work too well. All right, boom, that's Dhanishta too. You dig what I'm saying? I have Sun in Dhanishta, so this do be true. Especially like this one part about like it's eight different Vasus. They do some old bullshit with a nigga heifer When you don't touch a nigga heifer, you don't know who that heifer belongs to. So you leave that, stop fucking with other niggas heifers. They do that. Skybasu, he get in trouble, he fucking around. They all curse the birth, but the other 7, you know, they slip out of it and they get, you know, aborted by the river Ganges as their mother. They get aborted in the river until the 8th when he gotta do a full birth, and then his father blesses him or curses him to live like a long life. Like he ain't, like he get hit on a bed of arrows and still living till whatever day his father decided you can pass, you can go. And I just, you know, I was like you read that junk. They told me I got siblings that, yeah, they aborted and stuff. I'm the one here. I don't be one that, like, I sometimes used to have, because Dhanishta is a drum too, so it's hollow, it's kind of empty, and I realized, like, I still have moments where I'd be like, what the fuck is the point of this shit, bro? I get into some, and because it's hollow, I be filled with that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm digging this, and then that shit, and it's gone. I don't give a fuck about anything anymore. So, and I do remember my father I remember like every few years he'd just stress like, niggas ain't supposed to see this age. And then I turn that age and then he'd be like, niggas ain't supposed to see this next little age. Then he did the next thing. He was like, look, if you reach this jump, suppose, you know, you're supposed to be good. Like once you reach this area, you're supposed to be good. And I'm like, man, I started thinking about that shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, I knew when I was like 12, I was having like an episode or some shit. And I was like, bro, like, I'm gonna probably be here for a while. And I just don't understand. Is it even that much shit to do, bro? Especially if you ain't even really into shit for real. So, you know, that's that. I went on a ramble. So, the root Don means steady sound, or I mean, Don means sound. Dana means wealth, and then Nishta means steady, that which is steady. So the Nishta means steady sound, steady wealth, consistent wealth, a consistent sound. The symbol for the stars, a drum, it's a consistent sound. Stravista is that which is founded on sound and hearing. All things have their roots and foundation and sound. The beginning given in Genesis and the account from the Gospel of John is, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and it was God. So when in this practice that I be doing on this joint, every time I give salutations to Lord Ganesha, who is opener of the way and remover of obstacles, it is Om. So it's whatever that first vibration is that shake things up and remove, or not remove, but moves and separates and, you know, differentiates the different waters and the different forces of nature and the Mahat. That's what we acknowledging. Because the Mahat gives you inconstancy. It gives you the illusions and avidya and all of that. So you need something that I need you to remove away from this darkness. I'm submerged in ignorance. I'm submerged in the desire to create and the smoky passions that I have. And I need something to organize these things. You feel me? But I need go above that, right? Because it was God. And then Job say, thou shalt decree a thing, so speak it, and it shall be established unto thee. And the light shall shine upon thy ways. That which has its roots in sound is breath, prayer, mantra recitation. Sound, vibration, space, the matrix in which everything exists, and which exists in everything. At the root of every element is the creation, and creation is sound. Sound therefore inspires change more effectively than anything else. Mantras, a powerful sound formula that can call things into being simply by sound. So I was saying before this down, like at a certain point during this month, I had already intended on getting back into the practice of like reciting mantras. But not just mantras, but like anything, scent, smells, taste, Like I'm big on Venus because it's like that's my well, not Venus, but Indrani, Shukra, and the planet Venus. Those like my Ishtadevatas. They guide me towards liberation and enlightenment. You dig what I'm saying? And my return to the absolute. So as soon as I start thinking that, I be saying them jumps. I did it after my little yoga jump, right? And now I be seeing all the Venus correspondences trying to guide. So it's like I'm calling that, evoking that through the use of mantras. And like, I don't know how I put it, but it's cause sound vibrates in space, but it's like your mind kind of, the moon is a Mercury, but it's a spaceship. It's always moving. So the mind, you can put sounds in your mind. You say them or whatever, but then sometimes it's like in this one Jones Space Dandy, they got like it's a part in one of the episodes where this nigga get to a certain dimension, and it's like you hear vibration, but it ain't no necessary word, but it's like an image of this. It's like it almost look 2D, but it's warped. It is moving. But it almost looked like a projection into whatever little space he was in. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I've been peeping, because the more I've been doing the mantras, I felt myself coming towards like seeing the temple. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you call it into, and it's like, it's other, whatever. So moon is conjunct planet Mars. I was speaking on that zone earlier. It just affect the month with themes of competition, aggression, enemies, and tension. Right, so it's a real powerful influence because Mars is in exaltation. Enemies and all that shit is gonna be hard to ignore, and it's gonna go into a climax during the full moon week. You do know what I'm saying? As Mars approaches its exact degree, so it's like whatever little conflict or bitch ass shit that you had got into, within the last few days, that might come to a head over the next week and a half and shit like that. Like you gonna be like, oh. It's like, oh, you shit, then it's like in the temptation, because it's in a Saturn sign, all of that shit, the temptation is gonna be there. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna just, because Mars in Capricorn is different from Mars in Cancer, Mars in like, a fire sign or somewhere. It's like, nah, I'm about to just fuck shit up. It's like, nah, dumbass nigga, I'm gonna actually wait for you and wait for the most opportune time, to enact my vengeance and or just to smite your dumb ass for the stupid shit you said. It ain't even get back. You understand what I'm saying? Mars and Cancer and Mars and Scorpio is like on get back. That's get back game. Mars and Capricorn and Aquarius ain't necessarily get back game. Mars and Saturn sign is like, nah, you did something diabolical, and now here's the energy coming to right those wrongs. You dig what I'm saying? Like, you owe that shit. Come on with it. And it's just cold. It ain't, oh, it's this get back for such and such. It's like, nah, you really just a bag of shit. I don't think you should live. You feel me? And it ain't no, you did this shit, boo boo doo boo. It's like, nah, I just get a feel that you're just a piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking flush your stupid ass. This combination allows general to execute plans and refines the aggressive animal nature into one of purpose and duty. So Mars, in this sense, any conflict only going to rise when somebody overstep your boundary. Now, here's the kill about the motherfucking white supremacy, the scarcity model, and the state of affairs. Most of our boundaries was given to us, not even by our parents. Most of their fucking boundaries was given to them too, not even by their parents. It's like the societal jump, but it ain't even your society that you think. It's so strange, right? Parasitic model. It's only going to be such a few. They give these boundaries, and then now when other people do things and they overstep it and you feel violated or you feel like you gotta dumb out, something stopping you because you think that's your boundary. And then they don't have any boundaries, the ones overstepping it. So they don't think they doing nothing wrong, but they know it bothers you. It don't nobody had the knowledge on establishing a boundary. It's like, hey man, I don't like that. It's like, nah, you really got to know why you don't like that. You got to know all those things, because if I know a nigga a sucker, it ain't no me working with this nigga. It ain't no me talking to this nigga. It ain't no me figuring this shit out with this bitch ass nigga. He shouldn't exist. He's a fucking worm, and he should go where worms go. There's that understanding. And it's like, look, You really just a worm. Chill the fuck out. And if you overstep that boundary, you feel me? We'll put the pressure of a man on you, you little fucking worm, and we'll see how you fucking hold up against the pressure of a man. You don't want to be in a nigga's shoes, but you could be under a nigga's shoe. You feel me? Moon conjunct Mercury, so it's gonna be a lot of communication, a lot of work. It's like reasoning. Mercury is 6th lord in this chart, so 6th lord goes into the first. That man, you know, enemies and shit like that is coming and approaching you. It's been made clear to you. You're gonna be very it's gonna be very obvious, all your enemies and where the hatred and shit coming from, where the thieves to your time, because it's like Chandrapurs is a thieves, like 6 thieves, right? And these thieves, they rob you of your time, they rob you of your experiences and shit like that. They rob you of your they try to rob you of your mental stability. They rob you of your, or they try to disturb your peace and shit like that. So if I'm dealing with this bitch ass nigga and he keep fucking complaining, trying to be on some old snitch ass Karen shit with me, your dumb ass you're gonna get reprimanded for you just being an overall bitch ass nigga. And then cause I'm just not going. Like, I'm not none of them other people that they pair you off with. You really get slapped. I'm not gonna be on the, oh, you wanna go outside? It's like, nigga, you dragging your feet. What you wanna do? I ain't gonna ask. I'm just gonna take that stance. What's that? Feel me? So, and then 6th lord is with Mars, so therefore like enemies and shit like that, bold as fuck. But because it's Mercury, they actually don't want to fight. They don't want to really get into conflicts. They might be driven to getting hurt, but Mercury actually is a pacifist by nature as a planet. So it's like your enemies or the enemies out there is just like really on some like envious shit. If you jealous right now, you could get your dumb ass smashed. Don't do that. Unless if you're supposed to just go and croak. And the tarot card for the 26th degree of the new moon, I ain't do the Sabian. It's the Four Pentacles. Four Pentacles is the astrological place. The astrological placement is Sun and Capricorn. Sun is Dharma and purpose, or your soul. Capricorn is movable earth, so it initiates through strategies and boundaries. The purpose is to create boundaries. Purpose is to establish boundaries, create strategies. Sun is career planet too, so therefore it's creating and establishing, strategies and a livelihood that is going to last. When Sun gets with Saturn, it makes a person like kind of like not spiritual in a fire sign or like a very inspiring sense, but spiritual in a like, nah, I really know right from wrong, and I'm not even gonna do that shit. Like, I understand I might have to do this shit for about 1.5 years. Like, that person actually know, like, I'm going through it right now. I probably be going through it for about 2.5 years, and they'll eat that shit. Like, so long as they have the time constraints and shit, they ain't really getting, their frustration don't be there. So that's what that Sun aspect gives. Full Pentacles corresponds with being frugal, being possessive, stingy, having boundaries, showing restraint, focusing on material possessions and stuff like that. You keep to yourself, makes one guarded. I've been saying that like shit by myself. I'm guarded like fuck. Letting go of people, shedding the old, saving for large purchases, losing something valuable. Goofy. But it's just like, that's because you was being envious. You watching me, and then you lost something valuable. That's how Chandrapurs work, you dumb fuck. I wish y'all knew this shit, Mo. Nigga a bitch. Is that everything, Mo?